97.9. Your best choice.
Say the kilo rescue of the kilo kill or slowly. There's some of we have 10 children, no hustle to even help us to sustain our children. Now on the side when we selling that Susu can help us to pay our rent, to pay our children's school fees. But the government people come here and they tell us that we should leave the south. And once that the seven area is sort of be careful with. Then what else? The people want all money from China. They're not putting effort to clear the people. Yeah, central pay. All in the car road. The necklace, they're not in the front, on the car road. Yeah, all the federal necklace. They can occupy the car road. The government not see that one. But with the innocent people, why we know how job facility, our children all our house in college, and the business between us and our children. Just like Waka Kilo care and they kilo rescue. Why they say we should vote for our children future? They don't want our children future. They give us damage our children future. If they love the citizen, if they don't want riot, police or soldier, nobody can stop them. Because now where we get our children from? None of the broad men, they're not supporting children. With their mother, with their husband, with their everything, There's some of us who not educated at the best of some of the devil around us, devil was food. Some of us will not offer a weapon. We're going to better see me. Because when you come into our market, we'll blind your eye. We will pray for you. Baba singing will whistle on you. Because we fell out with them, not saying their country. Yeah? Don't say I can rescue them or kill or slow them. Not getting them. So security, they keep our police, they keep our police, they keep our girl and when they say, for now until the 7th, they will see you on the street. That's the way you don't get nobody job and say anything. And they're on the street. The people for the federal office and they can come by our son. I want people making it. Yeah? And that blessing will not belong in market. And on the street. And I'm market or say, we're in the general market. Say, Labrador for them. All over the world, great America, they sat on the street. Africa, they sat on the street. That then Labrador, why they improve that they want to suppress up on the street.
Black people use electronic and print media. They use everything to promote their dirty propaganda. So they take advantage of that and they spread their own dirty propaganda to outpower us, to outsmart us, to gather us around the world. So investors cannot come here because you want to come. They will be afraid. That's their intention, not to allow investors to come. So they do all kinds of things to destroy this government image. That's what I know. Because this government cannot involve itself in killing people. President George Weah, when he became president, he opened a church.
In more recent time, and just over the weekend, Ambassador Joseph Yumambwa made a statement that people shouldn't take men's job and give it to boys. Is a boy taking over a man's tax in the presidency? What do you make of that?
Don't I want to say, that statement doesn't go well with me. Yeah. Mr. Weah is a boy. Then I think he's a good boy because Joseph Boyka, former Vice President Boyka, dropped his heart, he collapsed. Almost died. It is that boy, because George Weah, who raised and picked him up, charter a plane to fly him abroad for open heart surgery that made him to live today with pacemaker battery. He's a battery total right now. So the battery is controlled by the white man who gave it in the medical center where he was thrown to. So maybe he's not well to speak the way he's speaking. He's not well. He's using battery. It's not normal. A man who is using battery and a man who has a natural heart compare the two. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. How many million people voted that boy? So many millions. Look at this boy and you let him. Maybe you call George Weah boy because of the age. Because Joseph Boyka is over 70 and this boy is about 50 something. So when you say boy, well, that's it. But boy in the sense of immaturity, no. George Weah is mature. He's mature. That's why he told Joseph Boyka on the ground where he collapsed to fly him abroad for medical checkup, for medical heart surgery. That's what made him to live today. I think Joseph Boyka, in conclusion, should be very grateful to that boy who flew in out of the country for open heart surgery and making to live today. But the way Joseph Boyka speaks, the way he acts, he is one of the 9 ungrateful lepers. The fact is, you could have emailed you, but he did not. He did not. He saved this old man. But what the old man is returning is ungratefulness. God is President Boy. You call the whole Liberian President Boy, then you old man, you throw this battery around here.
He's
But I
taking
cannot
away.
look at a battery man and elect you because any minute it could collapse. But you already say you want to be president and we know your record. You're on the top bomb, on the borderline.
Just sitting and laughing and reading the comment section. John Balu said the reason why he's in this is to save the state. Save Liberia. But Senator Balu was senator when in his county, 5 wonderful Liberians gruesomely murdered. Their bodies were mutilated. He didn't say anything. A colleague who was then a senator, whose name is enshrined in the TRC report, whose testimony you can find everywhere, that Kara R, allegedly Kara R, is massacred on the Kabbalah River, became a senator from in jail. He came from jail. That case died in Maryland. Senator Balu was senator. Senator Balu was senator when King Juba was killed. Senator Balu was senator when the Fulani man was beheaded in River G. Senator Balu was senator when the 17 young men were killed between Lower Magidi and Grand Bassa County. Senator Balu was senator when one of the people who funding all of his effort was giving Intergeneral Hosmer money and squash car to lobby for him to move on traveling then and Access Street. But today, you say you want to save the country. Senator Balu was senator when Bridgeway from London came to do prospect in Liberia. Senator Balu then got vehicle and money.
Balu la Brian the senator.
He started saving Liberia then. You know, sometimes some people sit on a particular platform, and this is the reason why the argument is going to get big this few times. Because look, listen.
I don't think I can do this. It's against my faith. I don't want to do it. Yeah.
You can put me in any situation that I can handle. Okay, you don't got to do it. What you do for me, or you after your soul can go see.
Me represent Grace Lily in the public. It's of the science for you. And you
I can do it. I can't afford.
and you must hold their feet to the fire because some of you voted for these thieves. Okay? That was the it's a thief. It's a thief. I'm telling you, it's a thief. Anybody who lie on what you told. Yeah, checked here. The public has got checks before. He denied his signature on those checks. Before 2020 campaign. He's a common criminal. I'm saying that to you. He's a common criminal. That's the budget he voted for. He's a criminal because he lied at $3.6 billion not in the budget. He can't take me anywhere. I defy him. That's a criminal. No, I'm not angry. I'm being forceful. I'm being intellectual. I'm providing facts. No, I said something I didn't mention him. So they don't know how to medicine. He has no integrity in life or integrity. He's in the crisis of integrity. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. He's not only fake. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. I say he's a criminal. He's a thief. To take up for the $5,000 car in the budget to vote for it, not just to vote for it. And you didn't inform the people because you said everything you will inform the people. And he didn't say anything about it. Okay, the pastor he voted, but why he didn't say it? Why he didn't say he voted for it? The records are there, Lord. Gentlemen said that Delon should be treated as a common criminal for lying to the public that there's no $3.6 million in the budget. Okay, and they said they didn't want it. Where the place? There's $3.6 million. There is the money here. The thing is in the budget. There's the final budget. So like they don't tell you when they took it all, they said when they put it. I bet you one question is when they took it out, can you show us where you put your share? That's the question. If they answer that question, come back to me.
We now go over to Robert Tier of the Unity Party.
Yeah, everything I do, we must first tell the thing to the people.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
we've been doing that with the people who clean the champagne in our very community. So, in science said, we go to people and ask them what they need. And so you put in them to say, I need this. But if you ask your people, what do you carry to them? So before I ask them what they need and what they need, that we take them to them.
Your 3 major priorities.
Right now, it looks like we have a teacher in profession.
You teacher.
Yeah, our teacher. The second thing is that we want the boys autonomous.
The Boris what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we have to consider because we talk about autonomous, that means you have a lot of facility.
Your 3 major priorities.
Right now, it looks like we have a teacher in profession.
You teacher.
Yeah, our teacher. The second thing is that we want the boys autonomous.
The Boris what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. The second thing is that we want the boys autonomous.
The Boris what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we have to consider because we talk about tournament that means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things to do in the borough. And if you are tournament and you have other things to do, and if you consider because we talk about tournament that means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things to do in the borough. And if you are tournament and you have other things to do, and if you look at the good many young people are greater than Calvin in the district. Right now, the first thing we embarked was to have a reconciliation regional meeting all of the communities play.
So Tia, at what level were you teaching? Was it elementary, junior high, or senior high?
We're taking elementary divisions.
Oh, okay.
Consider because we talk about tournament that means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things to do in the borough. And if you are tournament and you have other things to do, and if you look at the good many young people are greater than Calvin in the district. Right now, the first thing we embarked was to have a reconciliation regional meeting all of the communities play.
So Tia, at what level were you teaching? Was it elementary, junior high, or senior high?
We're taking elementary divisions.
Oh, okay.
Elementary division. And we're credible, we are more accessible, and we're development oriented. So
Hello.
consider because we talk about tournament that means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things to do in the borough. And if you are tournament and you have other things to do, and if you look at the good many young people are greater than Calvin in the district. Right now, the first thing we embarked was to have a reconciliation regional meeting all of the communities play.
So Tia, at what level were you teaching? Was it elementary, junior high, or senior high?
We're taking elementary divisions.
Oh,
Elementary division. And we're credible, we are more accessible, and we're development oriented. So
Hello. Robert B. here is a librarian. After our graduation from the elementary school, we keep the mother to attend the junior high school, the Pasadena Junior High School, and from there we went to Central High and graduated 1998. I'm a teacher in professions. Robert here is one of the daughter's son. Robert here is one of the credible son. Robert here is designed to be a servant in the district. Robert here is a public servant. I always work at the National Security Agency in Kemakan, in Kemakan.
Bring her to go see to the main store.
So they may want for you to go sleep on the weapon store.
Yes.
Good morning, Austin, and pleasant good morning to all of our followers, those of you in the diaspora, our friends, our fans, and of course, those of you who do not like the things we say, let us say a pleasant good morning to you. And yes, as always, there are too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in our country. It is a perfect opportunity to speak to you about this issue. Sometimes our comments will sound very harsh, and the harshness of our comment is born out of the disappointment we get from the people entrusted with leadership, because the hope and aspiration of the over 5 million people in this country have been surrendered to a few group of people to deliver on. So what becomes of all of us is in the hands of these few group of people in government. So when we see the actions and attitude of these people, and clearly in the direction of not guaranteeing a very successful future for us as a country and people, then we get very annoyed at the voices of the people. So sometimes you have to stop personalizing our conversation. You have to see our conversation from a general perspective, from a come in between perspective, where we are basically there as voices for those of you that do not have the opportunity to speak out. And yesterday I was driving home, as journalists, as media people, we're always in the community and stuff. So I stumbled across a group of very, dejected, I like to say, poor, ravished citizens, regrettably struggling and reaching out for assistance for survival. And they're like, oh, we want to find something to eat and all that. And then I go back, I sit home and I take my phone and I'm going through to see the debates at Capitol Hill, the quality of leaders, the people we have entrusted with the future of this country. And then you're lost. You're like, where there is hope, whether there is any hope. And then you look around the executive, you see uh, people who are not even high school, proper high school graduates, have the touch to lead the future of this country. And people who have no history of, public service are there, and they are the one that the future of this country is surrendered to. And then I'm wondering and thinking, what's the future of this country? Sometimes you have to understand our conversation from there. When we criticize Mr. Walker, we're criticizing him because Mr. Walker has set up a team that does not guarantee or shows a direction of a very prosperous future for Liberia. And that is going to affect all of us, irrespective. The fact that you can see people lying along the roadside to celebrate a yellow machine that they do not have any clue of, something that our investigation has established is going to make some family millionaire while you suffer in poverty, while you continue to use motorcycle to commute, and then they and their children become millionaire and they live in luxury, and then you're there celebrating. We are being critical, then you see us as enemies. So you see, sometimes these are the problem. But however the case, is good to be here as always. And of course, thank you for joining us. Like Austin said, there are these issues that we will be looking at this morning, and it's important. Today is Wednesday, and of course, it's also an opportunity to walk away with 10,000 Liberian dollars from our Freedom Card giveaway. So we are giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars wherever you are, and of course, however way you're listening, join in and be one of the lucky winner this morning to have 10,000 Liberian dollars in your cash. Folks, when we tell you that the country is in deep mess, the country is in deep trouble, corruption, everybody comes to government. Most of the people that Mr. Walker has brought into government have come with an idea to self-enrich. The LDEA has had this situation, and so the situation was subjected to investigation. We are told the investigation has been on. Different gossips are coming out of the investigation process. But however, a young man was entrusted to be the officer in charge, the ORC in the interim. Why the man was asked to be the interim, we have read or we came across an article published in the Front Page Africa informing all of us that this young man, what they say, oh my man, go sit down there, you be there. Then young man They say the man asked for 500,000 United States dollars for emergency fund. The president said, "My man, you be here while we investigating people." The man said, "Why he is in charge as the investigation is going on, is being carried out." The man wrote a letter of request to the Ministry of Finance to make disbursement of 500,000 United States dollars. And at that man, I saw a lot of people hyping, and hyping. It seems like, bro, we are self responsible for the corruption in the country. Hyping the man, and the man. But mind you, interestingly, the old leadership, the leadership that's been subjected to investigation, they were there for 6 months. And they ran the entity with 50,000 United States dollars. But this man, in his request, according to the Content African publication, the man expects himself to be acting in that position at LDEA for 4 months. So he wrote the Minister of Finance and asked the Minister of Finance to give him 500,000 for the 4 months. There you go. Yeah, and while we are talking about this, there's lots and lots of family out there that did not have a fitting meal on yesterday, with no guarantee that tomorrow they will even have some, or today, sorry, right? And there are families out there. There are people out there who have not taken pay for 6 months. Just yesterday, a friend from the Ministry of Youth and Sport, particularly the SKD Sports Complex. During the presidency of former President Weah, the FIFA people and the CAF people, they came here, they say our playing page for not up to standard. The president and the government, and invested in them, we brought it up to standard. International games, our neighbors are even coming here, they're playing the games. But today, on a Buakai, and I'm playing page you're talking about. Say the restroom, the latrine, and facility at the SKD, everything is dilapidated, dirty, stinking, smelling under Bwaka as president, and Paul Bangalo as Minister of Youth and Sports. Republic of Liberia. And guess what? The people who are supposed to be cleaning that place to make it tidy, clean, nice, Paul Bangalo and his team has failed to pay the people, and they are protesting. You see what's happening in the country. Some of you say to your home, you don't know the country image is being thrown in the mud. Our country is being disgraced under Bwaka as president. Nothing's working. Everything is happening. Only the BMs are making money from the book. BMs, the 419 people. You have to do from the 419 people. The gays on the contract, you call your own deal. How we the country. But yeah, so there we are. And so we will look at these things. Senator Kamba comment. I would like to initially applaud the courage of the Speaker and his team, and of course the General House of Representatives for listening to the cries of the people of Liberia. This is servant leadership. At least let Mamaka, let this be, because they will be millionaire. So let them go and explain to us how the whole thing happened. It's a good start, so we go to the
So that's Abu, and then let's go today. We want to talk catch. Let's give you some catch first, so we don't get interrupted with our conversation. With very shortly, we go to Capitol Hill and speak with Robert Hens, who is the Director for Press and Public Affairs, on this whole invitation thing, and then we will tell you as well as part of our in-house what we think and what we should expect. Sorry, on Monday we announced that we were going to call read the numbers of all of the your lawmakers to have you message them and sending a message or an instruction to them concerning this whole yellow machine funds request from Joe Bwaka. It's good that those folks are appearing tomorrow based on the invitation of the House. And so we will do that numbering thing by God's grace. Hopefully tomorrow, since they're appearing tomorrow, we have the number. So don't worry about that. So, but normally we do our loser's draw. We call it the loser's draw. And so we want to talk to three of the many winners from our losers draw category in our cash giveaway. And then we will also announce the code for the short code for you to play the jackpot, the Wednesday jackpot, which will see you walk away with 10,000 Liberian dollars each of our winners. And then we'll come back. We do draws for all of you who will win today. Okay. So let's talk to these three. We select three numbers from amongst the numbers that are successful. So let's talk to this question. Let's see, and then we come back. We do. Let's talk to these three winners from the category of our losers draw. There were some people you play game and stuff. I play in one category draw for winners. 2 5 each. So let's talk to a few of them, and then we transition to something else. People say how it's difficult in the morning to wake up. This person denying me play, so I'm sure the person didn't play anything in the morning, so they're not up expecting a call. Okay, maybe they will call back while the show is on as usual. So let's go to another number. And talk to this person. This person has been playing as well, and they are all lucky winners this morning. So let's talk to them, all of them who play our cash giveaway. Let's see whether this person picks. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Okay, my name is Austin. I'm calling you from Freedom FM. Austin Kawaii. Social monitor off. Yeah, radio. Call the radio off.
Radio off.
Go ahead. You're saying something.
Yeah, I'm saying.
You are saying something.
Since February, I've been playing every day. Aside from days, I've been 100, 400, 800. The jackpot I've played them 3-4 times.
Wow.
Nothing. So I've been at one time. So I just say they have number you get some odd number you just go look back in.
So
I tell you one thing.
So you went out this was fake.
To admit, I felt that it was fake or some odd number. They just put some phone for them.
Wow.
But I think in the morning, I saw him as I laughed.
I see when you answer the call, you just laugh. But what's your name? What's your name?
I mean, Joseph Mary.
Okay, Joseph. We get the inconvenience, but that's the game of chance. It's a game of chance.
What is 50,000? So you worry every day from the morning to the show the night.
At least you have confirmation that this is a real game and it's not a fake one. Okay, thanks for following us. Thanks for all of the support to the work we do here, man. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that's one of our ardent followers. Abu, he's been playing. The next day he gave us an interview. He was just playing all instantly today. He has surpassed it to him. He received a text message telling him. That's it.
And if it is possible for someone to get inside, everybody to
Sure.
The system is built like that. So
we can manipulate it.
It's not possible. I know a lot of you can be there, like doubting tendencies out there, but the fact remains that we can't just do anything.
No, we can.
If we could, I mean, the commitment you can show to us, we won't give everybody money. You know what I mean? When there are people in the country who will be calling our name for you, sacrifice your time, you listen to us in the morning, in the afternoon, the late evening, you follow the radio through us. You guys are on you. So We will not design anything or be part of anything that will not be fair to you. Or like Game of 10. What we keep telling you is a Game of 10. Just like any other Game of 10. This is through the radio while you're listening, and you're also playing and making some money. That's what it is about.
Yeah, it's a game of chance. So people have different experiences when you're into this game, but there are many lucky winners. That's why we do the draws live, and we call some of the winners or most of the winners on the different shows. You know, and then say you tell me, yeah, give up. You tell me, well, okay, they answer the call, so let's just forget it. Let's move on. Let's see what we can talk to Robert Haynes Abu, and then we'll come back. We'll do the draw for we do the draw for the jackpot. We'll do the first 10 draws, and then we'll come back in the middle of the show to the second set of draw. So all you have to do for those of you who want to play the motorbike jackpot, for those of you who want to play motorbike jackpot, the process is just very simple, and I'll take my time to drill you through the process while we establish contact with Robert Haynes. So you have a mobile money account. It means you are qualified to play our cash giveaway. Now, all you have to do is to dial star 799 star 14 hash. Star 799 star 14 hash. And then you send or you press OK. You wait for a few seconds, it's going to read. After reading, two options will appear to you. Option number one is asking you to play in US dollars, and option number two is asking you to play in Liberian dollars. 2 USD or 300 LD. Assuming I want to play in LD, I will enter number 2 and then I send. And then I will sit down and wait for a few seconds, and then they will ask me to enter my mobile money password. Once you enter your mobile money password, it's a bingo for you. You have played a potential winner to walk away with 10,000 LD right now after on the show. Now, again, I do you through the process. Then we move on to talk to Robert Haynes. We'll come back, we'll do the draws. We are going to do the draws live and then call the winners and speak with them. Then we'll move into our attack. Okay, so all you have to do is that star 799 star 14 hash and send. That's all you do. You wait for a few seconds, two options appear to you. Option number one say, do you want to play in USD? Also, option number two say, do you want to play in LD? You enter option number 1 or 2. For me, I enter 2. Then I send. It means I'm playing in LD. And then I wait for a few seconds. The request to enter my mobile money password. I enter my mobile money password. I send. Then I relax and waiting for Austin Kawa or Abu Sheri to call me and say, you are a lucky winner walking away with 10K LD on a Wednesday in a Morovia on a Joe Baka. Okay, so that's how easy the process is. We will keep reminding you as you come. So the process is just very easy. The short code is just very, very short for you to understand. Let's go to Capital Building and see whether we can talk to Robert Haynes. Let's see whether we can talk to Brother Haynes. Yeah, on this whole requesting. Okay, so Robert's phone is ringing. Robert's phone is ringing. So I know a lot of you been calling my orange number from since yesterday morning, sending me messages on WhatsApp since yesterday morning. For those of you who have my orange number and you've been calling since yesterday morning or sending WhatsApp messages on that orange number, you need to send it to the Lone Star number. That phone crashed on yesterday. A brand new phone I just bought, I think 2 weeks ago. The phone crashed. Not functioning, nothing at all. I'm not answering call. I'm not receiving messages. The phone is not even opening. It's not accepting all my prints and everything. Nothing at all. So it's just freezing. So I had to take it back to the vendor So probably I'll get an alternative phone today. Well, God bless me. And then because that phone, another phone is very expensive. So maybe I'll get an alternative phone today until the vendor can either replace the phone and sort it out. This is some software thing what that are upgraded that Samsung trying to do. Something I think in the new software. So it's
So are we,
affecting the phone.
are we getting rubber?
So that's it for the phone thing. So if you've been calling me on Orange, I'm not picking your call, don't get vexed. That's the reason. If you've been calling me, if you send me WhatsApp message, I'm not responding, that's the reason. It's not intentional. So you can WhatsApp my Lone Star or call my Lone Star or pick your call. Now let's try Robert again. I don't know why Robert's phone keeps ringing. Let's see what we no phone ringing that he's not in computer. Let me ask for it. So Robert Hand's phone is ringing. Let's see whether he picks. Let's see whether Robert will answer this. So let me try on the regular number. So maybe the next switch to that off to manage the internet. Maybe Robert switch his data off and say capital Benin release the not because of protecting for their vehicles. Other Benin, maybe they press blue in here, that he has scratch car here. Yeah, I told you. Convenience, good morning. Why? Is it that is your internet is off? Is it that the department has not gotten or scratch car yet?
The gentleman are going on the radio, so I think get it out.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, Robert, good morning to you, my dear brother.
Good morning, Kawan. How you doing?
We are excited this morning to have the Director of Press and Public Affairs on our telephone, on our show via the telephone. Thanks so much for always making yourself available to talk to us.
It's always a pleasure. We come to public service to commit.
Your comrade Abu is here.
Abu, how you doing? He's a great man. Abu, congratulations. The last time I've been told that you got wedding. Welcome to marriage home, man. And you just joining us.
Thank you, Robert.
So, Mr. Director, yesterday the House took many decisions, took many actions, but we are interested in the action taken by the House to invite the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, along with the Minister of National Defense, and I'm told a few other officials in the executive to appear before you on tomorrow. What exactly are you inviting them for?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Austin Kawai and the team at Freedom and Free, you know. Yeah, so the Honorable House of Representatives took on that decision yesterday to vote unanimously to summon the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Sylvester Grisby, and then you have the other lady who is called Mamaka Delete. She's our portfolio, and then the Defense Minister and the Armed Forces of Liberia Chief of Staff. The reason is to be able to provide information surrounding the procurement, field of learning, and the pattern of pieces of F-moving equipment procured and brought in the country by the government of Liberia. And so the communication came from Lofa County, District Number 4 Representative Honorable D.C. Collins. He prayed plenary to have those officials for the executive invited to provide clarity on the procurement of the F-moving equipment, whether or not it is being brought in country, it is being procured, how was it procured, why is it stationed at the barrack, the BTC barrack, whether or not they belong to the armed forces, if they belong to the government of Liberia, how the processes went on, and those people who have been involved should come and then explain where we are with this moving equipment getting clear. The House yesterday was unequivocal and said that they are not against development. They are much that we suffered all of us will suffer with the issue of roads, connectivity. They welcome, they welcome anything that will have to do with developing the country, but the processes leading towards it is unconstitutional, and so we should be able to know where we are in terms of the procurement processes of these moving equipment.
So, Robert, what evidence does the House have to prove firstly that the equipment under discussion were procured, were bought, were purchased?
Well, basically, this is the reason why those people involved are coming. First thing, what is being requested that they're going to come along with is the build of learning, because it is being reported that the airport equipment came through the gateway of the country, which is the free port of Monrovia. When you come through the free port, of course, then you have to have a build of learning. There comes in the RA people now, because of course, when these equipment or whatever the case is, also you brought the vehicle before onto the country, you have to be able to pass through customs and all of these things. So you have to have a build of learning. On the build of learning, you'll be able to have information on whether or not things have been procured or how it has been brought in. So these are basic information. The House of Representatives, being the temperatures of the people of Liberia, are requesting that those agents for the executive should come along with and be able to provide information as regards these moving equipment.
There are critical thinkers who believe that you did not have to, or you should not be calling the executive to come and tell you whether they procure machines when they should be informing you that they procure machines and they need your action or your involvement, or they need you to know to assist in the process, while using your power to assist in the process. Why are you calling them to ask them whether they bought it or not? How did they come to the country when they refuse, or they did not see the need to inform you?
So also in the Constitution of Liberia is very clear. We have three distinct branches of government. No one of them will have to do the work for another one. All right? And so the Constitution of Liberia, Article 34D 3 says that the the legislature basically has oversight, and also issue of anything relating to financial or revenue bills should emanate from the House of Representatives. And that's the reason why you see anytime you talk about budget issue, you add the formulation of budget for the executive will have to come through the House.
Robert, is the House suggesting or suspecting that these machines were procured outside the PPCC process or outside our established laws, and that's why they are provoked to invite the executive to provide clarity?
The House is concerned, being the deputies of the people. We saw these moving equipment paraded on Saturday. We saw it paraded the streets. The Sakakayando Boulevard, SKD Boulevard in Town to the route going to town to BTC Barrack. And so it gets concerned. Mind you, it was being spoken about before during the capital retreat about equipment coming to the country and so forth. But the deputies of people who are concerned.
And that's my last concern to you before Abu comes in. There was an official pronouncement made at an official event of the executive. The Minister of State for Portfolio made an official pronouncement. The President endorsed the pronouncement and spoke on the record. You did not take any action to call them in and ask them any question, maybe to make any inquiry. You sat there, you ignore your oversight responsibility until the machines landed in the country. And then you decided to call them. Why call them now? In a case where it is established that the machines were procured by the government and brought into the country by the government, that will establish violation of our laws. What action will you take?
So this is the point, Mr. Kawa. This is the point that the host said, look, let's have these people come over. and let's be able to understand where we are with this process leading to, because at the stand, there are conflicting information all over the place. So one morning you will hear our information ministry press briefing, the minister will be saying, we have not procured. The next time you hear this person saying, no, we're breaking in. So this is the point. And using our oversight responsibility, and this is the reason why we have these agents for the executive coming to provide clarity. Where we are in terms of whether or not it is procured, and how the process is being done with, and so forth like that.
The people think you play. The people think you playing games with them, because if you really wanted to, if you really wanted to know, if you really wanted to know whether these machines were procured, you would have called them in the very day the minister of state of portfolio announced at the cabinet retreat that machines were coming in the country in the number of 285. And that when the president said that the machines are coming, and he asked them to remove his picture and put on the thing Laburo, love Laburo, build Laburo. You did not take any action. Now you sat there, the machine came in the country, then you acting like you want to act.
Liberia is the country of law. There are papers leading towards all of these. It's not just mere statements. We are going to go by like that.
No, Mr. Director, those are not mere statements. When the president speaks, you can call that mere statement.
I am telling you that one day you will get. There are so many conflicting statements. If you listen to the news,
let's forget about the conflicting statements. Let's focus on what the president said.
This is the reason why the deputies of the people have said, look, let's have these people come here and tell us where we are with it.
Okay. Abu, coming for this thing.
The House or the legislature is not against development, but what they want to know basically how these processes were being done with. And you might basically hear that, oh, we're talking to somebody and the equipment being brought in, we have not paid for it, and so forth like that. Probably it could be. But we want to know. And that's why these agents for the executive are coming.
Robert, the point Austin is making is that you are late. You're late. The machines are already here. What will you do? Assuming that Assuming it is established that there were foul play, what are you going to do? Are you going to put these machines on container and ship them out of the country?
I am not going to think like that, or I'm not going to make statements when they have not been established. And as deputies of the people, that's why it has caught the attention, and that's why they are coming now to provide clarity on this matter.
Since it has not been established, why are you insinuating, and on the basis of the insinuation you are calling these people in? You do not have any facts that these people actually usurp the function of another branch of the legislature. Let me go to. I come in 1 minute. Let me go to the post you made and quote the lawmaker from Lopa County when he said, when he asserted that the Constitution must be preserved to ensure that no branch illegally usurps the power, duties, and responsibilities of another branch, which is fair enough. But at what point have you realized as a body that the action of the executive tends to usurp the function of the legislature?
Yeah, so this is the point that we are, and when I said to you earlier, it was been spoken about, and then many people say, oh, it was speculation. One day you hear Minister of Information saying we have not procured machine and so forth. And then on last Saturday we saw these moving equipment paraded through the FKD Boulevard.
Okay, so there where you got to understand as the people's deputy that your function has been usurped when the machines were paraded.
It is yet to be established, and so.
But Saturday you saw them being paraded.
To these stuff like that. First thing, they're going to be able to bring the bill of lading. You're going to be able to tell us whether or not it's been procured, who procured it, who does it belong to, and all of that.
So there is a concern, there's a development concern, and that's why this conversation is very, very tricky, because the people are yearning for development. All of us would like to see our roads pliable. So a lot of the folks out there see the action of the lawmakers as showboating. They are going absolutely nowhere, because at the end of the day, they're going to put into the executive desire for keeping these machines here?
No, absolutely not. Even look, the point here is the legislature is absolutely not against development. All of us, because you see, the 15 counties, all of us, including right here in Maserati County, will suffer the issue of roads connectivity. So let's now not be able to look at a breach of the Constitution of Liberia, which will eventually be able to go at the Supreme Court. But let's be able to look at what it is. Laws, we do not make laws for one day or one set of government. It's been made entirely to make sure that the society is safeguarded. And that's the reason why, as deputies of the people, these concerns being raised, and then we're having agents of the executive coming to answer to us.
Okay, we will follow through and see how it plays out.
So, Robert, but lastly, before I leave you, you said something about you want to know who does it belong to. That's what you said. Who does it belong to? Now, if you want to know who in your uncle, who does it belong to, why are you calling the Minister of State? Why are you calling the Minister of State? I want to know why the Minister of State is being invited.
The Minister of State and the other ministers with that portfolio, when the machines were being paraded, as a matter of fact, you're going to call for interviews at the Freeport of Monrovia talking about these moving equipment.
But why didn't you call her alone? You're calling the Minister of State. What's his connection, his relationship to this whole machine thing that you are inviting him?
Because, as you mentioned earlier, at the cabinet retreat, these statements were being made. And so they are coming basically to be able to provide clarity on this matter.
Why not the Minister of Public Works? Why not the Minister of Finance? We're talking to government spending money. Why are you calling Minister of State, Minister of State portfolio? At least the Ministry of National Defense is justifiable. The fact that they are posting these machines. But why the Minister of State? Why not MFDP? Why not MPW?
As a matter of fact, you know that the Minister of Finance have taken in the resignation.
There is a deputy. There is a deputy. There is a deputy.
In all of this, the Minister of Works has not been involved in all of this.
That's the assumption of the House that the Minister of Works has not been involved or connected, basically involved or connected. So you didn't see the need to invite him to call him in.
The Minister of State will have portfolio, the Minister of State, the Defense Minister, the Armed Forces of Liberia, Chief of Staff. Those are people invited to provide clarity on this matter.
Thank you very much, Robert Hens. Abu, that's it. We thought to flag that as part of our in-house because we started this whole advocacy, this whole chastisement of the government, the procedure they follow, all of that, involving this whole yellow machine thing, and then the House has taken an action to invite all of these people. But these are some of the concerns. And you listen to the director.
It is important. I still believe that the House is split. Sometimes in the context of Africa, you want to help to solve the problem more than providing key. When the news was out there that the government was procuring these things, I think in the spirit of coordination, because we have moved to interact with the executive to see how they can straighten things up. Because, I mean, no matter how you put it, this is our country. We can't, tear our country apart. So the House will have moved at that point to say, oh, Mr. President or Mr. Minister, what is going on? What will be a part of this? Then the team can sit down. Because the government they sit down. They are not at war with the executive and the legislature. So to sit down and wait until the damage is done, then you come in, you say, oh, I think it's showmanship, right? It's not going to go anywhere. The only point I think I would say the legislature will achieve is, for example, and somebody say, oh, but you appreciate it. Because there was reluctance on their part. I do not want to insinuate why they were being reluctant, but there was reluctance on their part. We're not seeing the involvement of our lawmakers, so we were all put. So to see them at least demonstrate an interest, but that does not qualify the quality of the interest they are demonstrating. conflict of the interest is for me is a waste of time. However, but my point is, whatever conversation you want to have with them, really not my business. But in the event where the government, through the executive, will make a request to take money from the Liberian people cover, to say, oh, let's go cover the other wall because of yellow machine. There where I want the lawmakers to reject the request. Because if you did not respect us from the beginning of it, you did not recognize the law and the procedure from the beginning of it, when the boom hit in your throat, then you come and say, oh, gentlemen, you got to go for something down, you got to something. If you do that, you will go down in history as the worst. Whoever, and all of those in leadership, I'm talking about that symbol, right? But the serious leaders at the Senate and the House, trust me, this will go down as a landmark. And corruption case in the history of Liberia, where the executive will go to enter 419 go watch this. I mean, the government can bring machine. The government can bring machine. You get your friend that can bring machine. We can talk about that one. But when it must be with no cost or at no cost to the government. But when you finish doing your machine thing, you hide it from the people. They go to you say, oh, you're at 250 million for a machine that you did not consult the people and the procedure is clear. Therefore, I want to see whether the legislature has the balls required. I want to see whether the leaders will be able to stand for the country and stand for the people. Because an attempt to put into that means that they will be compromised. The only way the legislature will go and agree subsequently to approve money for the executive for this yellow machine, that means somebody will be taking yellow envelope somewhere. That's my conviction. That's my belief. It will not happen clearly. Because once the conversation is clear, it's transparent, it's open, the lawmakers have got good grounds to reject any request inside regard. They get good legal grounds to reject any request from the executive inside regard. The only thing that can make them to go ahead and accept it will be compromise, bargaining. And when bargaining happens, you give, you take, you give, you take. And that give and take will be the corruption. And I don't think our leaders at the legislature will allow themselves to be publicly ridiculed, disrespected in this form of manner by the executive branch of government, Mr. Bwakai and his co-host of BMs and Black Money Minister. So this is an opportunity to salvage their own reputation and stamp and make a strong statement that yes, we're here to represent our people. If you disrespect or you say, oh, you want development, we do not want to be seen as though, because the legislature now from being hearing, even if they vote, we say all their things, they say, for me, I think that not your business. And you're finished paying for it, how you get it here, because before you bring the machine, you got to pay for it. The reason the law says you must go to the legislature, because the law won't, before any money comes from the country budget, the legislature must know about it. But if you decide you find money somewhere, you go, you buy the machine, you bring it, that's your business. When the people you take the machine for, when they pay you, that's your business. I leave you now with the people that were the citizens that will come in. But if you come to us and say we will be part of that deal now, they will say no. Because that will be committing the government, that will be committing the country. And the legislature must not do that. All our friends that we are talking to them, and a lot of them have told us, have trust us, we're here for due diligence and accountability. This process is unaccountable, it's untransparent, it's illegal, and of course, it's clandestine.
And that's fair enough. And we said something the other day, and we will restate here this morning, folks. Every legislature that goes and comes wants to claim to be the best. The legislature is seen as the most corrupt institution or branch of the Liberian government per public perception. The public believes that the legislature is the major source of Liberia's problems. Go to the different intellectual centers, the different schools, the different marketplaces, and ask them, who do you blame for Liberia problem or for this? They will tell you the capital building. Our lawmakers are not doing this. Our lawmakers are not doing this. And all of you, some of you are good people, smart people. You worked all your life legally to earn yourself your education, earn yourself you establish yourself economically before going into the legislature. I'm not too sure you want to sit and allow a 79-year-old Baptist deacon who's outlived his usefulness to put you into tarnishing your reputation of that capital building just to accommodate his feelings. I'm not too sure most of you want to do that. This is not politics. It's not politics. And if you try to do partisan thing with up the up Capitol Hill with this thing, you are going to tarnish your reputation. Further, in fact, the period, the moment, just a moment you have, just a moment that you have. Somebody can say, "Oh yes, thank you, Lord. We are so lucky. I've been waiting for this moment to clear my name." This is the moment that Baka has given you. All of you, Baka has given you a moment to take an action for ones that will save or help to repair a portion of your reputation. If all of you sit up there and allow this one to slide on the road, just us, if it slides up Capitol Hill, it will not slide in the public. The public will rise up against, and we will encourage them to do so, to rise up against any action that you guys will take that will see us accepting or embracing Baka's violation of the law. I heard Robert Hens quoting Article 34D something like that, the RTA. But there's a word used in that clause, preserve. That word was carefully used by the crafter of our Constitution to preserve our Constitution. To preserve it means you must be proactive. You must take proactive steps, proactive actions to preserve the Constitution. And that's why an oversight responsibility is given you. That's the oversight. That's the proactive space that the Constitution created for you to preserve the Constitution. Because if you just sit down and you allow the incident to happen or the violation to take place before you call them in essence, you will not be preserving the Constitution. Because we do not want it to be violated. The framers did not create any space that all of us will sit down and allow the Constitution to be violated. There's no space created for violation. They say we must take action that will stop violation, that will prevent violation. That's why the word preserve is used in that clause and given to your oversight responsibility. You are supposed to use your oversight to stop the Constitution from being violated, meaning those machines should not have entered the country. Are you properly or effectively exercise your oversight responsibility? The people want to cabinet retreat, made an announcement or a pronouncement announcing 285 yellow machines coming to the country. The president embraced the pronouncement from Mamaka and he spoke by saying, I have authorized them to remove my picture from the machines and put on it think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. That was an embrace, that was a consent, an embrace from Mamaka Belete, whether the deal was legal, illegal, shady, or what, the president endorsed it. From that moment, the legislature should have called these guys in. That's what they're doing now. What they should have done. Now that the machines have entered the country, and now I will ask the director of press. Now that the machines have entered the country, let's assume violation is established. That the executive went, they didn't follow the PBCC process, they didn't follow the procurement process, the PMN law was violated, and all of that. Because by every state now, laws were violated. The procurement, the PMN law clearly requires that all government operations programs must be funded through budgetary appropriation. The procurement law says anything that is above 500,000 must go to the legislature for ratification. And it must go through competitive bidding process. Company must be made to bid for the contract. A formal contract must be awarded. That one like PPCC does it. A formal contract must be awarded through a competitive bidding process. All of these were done. So that in a case where the House established violation of the Constitution, about 500,000, it go to the legislature for ratification. 50,000, it go to the PPCC process for 5,000, it didn't go through PPCC process. No competitive bidding was done. It didn't go through budgetary appropriation or approval, nothing. So 3 laws violated here: the Constitution, the PFM law, the PPCC law. So if it is established by the House investigation tomorrow, and the people say, we're sorry, what will you all do? Take the machines, put them in the vessel, send them back?
Yeah. So what will you do?
So at the end of the day, a violation has been done already. The Constitution has been violated. It means it was not preserved. You didn't use your oversight to preserve the Constitution.
And you sat on there and tolerated it.
It means you didn't use your oversight to preserve the PPCC law from being violated. You didn't use your oversight to preserve the PFM law from being violated. So when Abu said yes, it is belated, it's highly reasonable that the action is belated. We started crying from the day Mamaka announced this thing. We started costing us on the radio.
Oh, 1 week to talk about it. You didn't see any reason to say, oh, let's get involved. Let's arrest the situation.
You cannot say we call the people.
Who knows whether young men working with the people beyond
somebody will say, okay, we're sorry. We're wrong. No. The public works minister went to that place, took $20.5 to $1.4 million US from the budget, awarded contracts outside the PPCC laws. What happened? Contracts were awarded to those people, no competitive bidding process, everything. Even when you say that, they pardon him. They pardon him.
Yeah.
Somebody went to tell Loon, say from the police when he told Loon or something, the Ministry of Finance issue, I'll get the word consent, but you can need consent to tell Loon from the bank to procure equipment. Today, we told the investigation is ongoing. The Deputy Minister for Administration and Finance Ministry authored a government contract increasing the amount from the initial amount that was approved. That one, at least we are aware that it is before Civil Service Agency LCC. We are told that LCC is investigating. Baka has not taken any action. This will push all into our whole reflective analysis about corruption opinion. But let's see what we can do. We can give all these people some of their monies and then we want to do it because tomorrow I said to you
definitely do it. So why do you do the but folks, this is very important. You see, you tend to agree with some of our folks when they say the problem of this country is the legislation. And I am of the opinion that we have to move to a stage where we have to elect educated people to that place.
And when you say educated, what do you mean?
I mean
educated or literate.
Whatever the meaning will be, but I mean educated in the right sense.
Go to school so that they require formal education.
I mean, as educated, sophisticated people who can read between lines, people who know their purpose. You can be educated, but you do not understand your purpose. And that's how you have those guys at the Capitol Hill there. And sometimes they feel that we're being disrespectful, but no, we are not. Because the actions and the decisions is injurious to our future. And all of us as a country, imagine if you are sitting there, we raise this thing, the media is a partner to governance. That's what we call the fourth estate. You raise these things and you sat down there. And that's why when people start to suspect that you're doing business with the executive undercover, I mean, this is the reason. You sat down there, you get oversight, the country, oversight authority, you sat down there with the backup pass fire run. All kind of thing. The machine in the country already, they tell you, oh, you're wait. So if you bring a machine, it could be an agreement. Can you bring a machine? Well, yeah, you do nothing. We have something with power. Oh, the machine, yeah, the machine, yeah, okay, apply, okay. Tomorrow, then you create that kind of fake, and or attention. Mama can all of your kind. Oh, well, you know the reason why the machine did not go to public work. Probably where that big yard, they get big space. Probably where can stay out for other
They
areas
got places.
through the military, through GS.
They also got places in Morocco.
Yeah.
They even started
They
Morocco.
will put them there, but you know why? Because the minister is not on board. The minister of Public Works is not on board with the arrangement because the procurement process is the people can get 10%. So probably we're not in anything. So at the end of the day, when anything go to,
So the man
say the man not on board. The man has not said anything publicly about it. So Mama can say,
about free radio time now. Ain't no the man that talking being. But when you free radio time, you will not agree.
so Mama can either other with the defense ministry people who that one and two. Yeah, they open their gate. Then they say they know
You will tell how I enter. Okay, yeah.
I mean, the movie is speaking the money.
Look, Daniel Zanga, all the thing, you are I'm sure that he was going to look in the faces of the people said, no, let's not do it this way. Let's not drag the military into politics.
Can't move around. The whole yellow man.
I mean, I'm telling you about knowing that too on account of those, because these guys are that man is very concerned about his reputation. So now you say I play fool to gain wisdom, I play fool, you're coming stupid, you're coming lazy, you're coming devil, the other one pa. No, I can eat money, but and what kind of money to eat? I can't eat the other money, yeah. They can't tap me. You see what other day? You know why his name was not anyone was started. I mean, when someone got stolen money. You know, I said why he was not implicated. Okay. Now I didn't go to him, but he was smart enough. He said, yes, that's a G. That's a G. Yes, yes, it makes sense. Yeah, that's a G. Yes, a G. All right. So at the end of the day, he was never indicated. Because he said, yes, a G, yes, a G. Oh, yes, a G. Of the river, yes, a G. Yeah, who are they? Yes, a G. At the end of the day, he was never indicated. Jordan, you have to be very careful. My young lady.
No, you have to be making those all capital now.
Yeah.
You get fully people to level down.
So let's give us some money, 10,000 each, and see who could be some of these lucky winners, and then we move into our next very interesting conversation. Look, this morning y'all get ready to call on ethical because we tell the truth. You can say we are unethical. That's what you can say. We are unethical. We are partisan journalists. We are. You can say we join the list. We are join the list. I keep on keep I join the list. I keep on bombing. I join the list. Abu keep on bombing. He joined the list. Can I keep on Maryland? He joined the list. And as I keep on Nagiri, he joined the list. AB keep on Basa, he joined the list. We now keep on Grand Group, he joined the list. So all of us joined the list. We just keep on different places. We joined the list. So we are proud. Join the list. That Joe Baga made this in Airport Baptist Church. Then we join the list. So let's go and give us some catch. We come back, we move into Joe Baga closet. So we are about to give out $10,000 now. All you have to do, take your phone. We gave you enough winners this morning. So we're about to do the first 10 draws. We come back, we do the next 10 draws. See what we get 20 or 22 or around there, based on how you play. So let's do the first 10 draws and see who could be these lucky winners. So as we're doing the draws, you play in as well. *7 now *14# is the short code. You send, you wait for a few seconds, enter number 1 to play in US or number 2 to play in LD and send and wait for a few seconds and enter your mobile money password. Very simple. Let's go. Time to draw winners of our from our cash giveaway here, 10K each. Let's go. So we draw the first winner, jackpot. Okay, I like the way the jackpot can appear. And then we will refresh to see the first winner here this morning. This is the first winner. Okay, we have our first winner. Let's go ahead to talk to our first winner on the double, the Wednesday jackpot. Okay, let's talk to this winner. This our first winner. We'll come back and do the draws, but let's talk to our first winner here. This morning. This person is extremely lucky. This is our first winner on this 881 number. Let's see whether this person phone rings. If this person phone rings, we will talk to him or more. Okay, yeah. So this person phone is ringing. If he or she picks, Okay. Hello, good morning. Oh, can you move away from the north? My name is Austin Kawa. I'm calling you from Freedom FM. Okay. What is your name? How you spell your Princess Bobo? How you spell the Bobo? Where is your daughter? I will play. I will use your phone. You play the cash, give away the money. Where is your son? I mean, so ask your son how to spell your Bobo now. B-O-R. Okay. Okay, Princess Bobo. So you see that your son play? Okay, but he use your phone to play for you. So you don't know how to play. Let me ask you. You don't know how to play well, and your son play for you. What else? Let me talk to your son. Hello. How you play for your man? No, wait. Take your time now. Take your time. You know, you missed it through the process and you disqualify. So take your time. I'm listening. I'm listening. Yeah. How old are you? Yeah. You don't play for your man. Okay, so let me talk to your man. You know your number? You know the last number on your number? The last number in your number. So, where do you live? New Town. Okay, you live in New Town. What's your last number? Your last three number? Yeah, the last number. Your last three number in the last number. I made the time you only live on the radio. We want to talk to other people. But you have to know your number. So you get the last three number now. Which part of New Town you live in? Okay, 140. How many times did you play?
I've been playing with my other thinker. I played 7 times, but I win the thinker lot. So today, like the first day, I played.
So you played one time this morning. Yeah. But did your son tell you he was playing for you?
Yeah, I didn't want him to play.
Okay, but you know your son is 11 years old, eh?
Yeah.
Your son is under age. Don't encourage him to be playing.
Okay. Myself will be playing it.
Tell him to teach you how to play. Don't encourage him to be playing. Because only people 18 and above qualify to play. Okay.
Okay, don't be no, but serious. Don't be giving the phone to your son. He's too small to be playing. No, but all along, you know, say the man under age, like 18 years old to play, won't disqualify yourself.
Thank you.
No, won't disqualify you. Have follow the law. When your son lead the horse and start going gamble, you will like it.
But I'm thinking, you know, that's the way that I don't want to get in the morning after you started reading the culture that I give it to him and help me to play.
Yeah, so because the phone is yours and the number is yours, so we'll qualify you were live for today, but you're not allowed. We will have disqualified you because you're allowed and honor age to play radio game.
I can't do it again, sir.
Okay, so Princess Bobo from Liputan, we call to say congratulations to you. You have won for yourself 10,000 at $2. So very shortly you will receive your $10,000. If you receive your $10,000, take the phone and call this number.
Okay.
Call this number back. We'll pick your call.
All right.
Okay, so that's it. That's it. We want to encourage all of the parents to not allow your kids to play the rule. I mean, you're qualified from 18 years and above are the ones qualified to play a radio game. Please. So that was a decision we gave her because her number was used and all of that, and she picked the phone and answered and talked to us. But we don't allow people under age to play. So please. So let's go ahead and do another draw. Yeah, let's just do the 10th, the remaining 9 draw, and then we'll move into our discussion quickly. So draw winner jackpot, we okay and wait for the second number to show. Let's go. Yeah, let's go ahead again. We'll have the number for the second winner. Let's go and do draw jackpot. Okay, we refresh to see the second number, the third winner here this morning. Let's go ahead. We have the third winner. Let's go with draw winner again. Draw winner, jackpot. Okay, we are giving the first 10 persons 10,000 each. Right now, as we speak. Let's go. We'll come back at the end of the show. We give the next set of winners as well. Let's go ahead. Draw winner 10,000. Okay. We first to get the number. We'll go again. Draw winner 10K. Okay. We first to get the winner. Let's go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. Draw winner. Okay. Refresh and get a. Let's go 2 more. Draw winner. Okay. Refresh to see. Yes. We'll go again. Draw winner. Jackpot. Okay. Okay. So we have the first set, the first 10 set. I will start the conversation now. We draw the remaining set of winners, and then we'll come back. So let me talk to one more person. I'm sorry, one more person. Let me talk to one more person here on this number. Let me talk to one more winner. Okay. Let me talk to this lucky winner. This other lucky winner, and then we'll move into our discussion. So, yes, we talk to this. This person's phone is ringing. Let's see whether this person picks. So you can be like these lucky winners, but just dial star 799 star 15 hash and follow the instruction. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
My name is Austin Kawa. I'm calling you from Freedom FM.
Okay, Austin, how you doing?
I'm okay. What is your name?
BC Clark.
Please spell your name.
BRSI.
Okay.
KLAH.
Where do you live?
Jacobtown.
Jacobtown. How many times you play our jackpot this morning?
One time, but I played for over and over.
You've been playing, but today you play one time.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you play? That you like yourself play?
Yeah, I myself.
But how you don't know why you play?
I said not the right time.
So that one time you played the money?
Yeah.
No, but then we had because we
have a record. We won't get a record. We won't know how many times you played.
I played one time. It's 7.
All
7, 7, 9.
No, not 779.
Yeah, I will take it down next year. All of people are listening.
Go ahead.
7, 7, 9, 14. And that's it.
Bazi,
I don't know how often you handle your case.
Bazi, there's somebody play for you. Just tell somebody play for you. The person is not around because you're missing the code.
I said to you, often I manifest this day as a place. Hash 799 hash 14 hash. You understand? They are my people again, my people.
What's the last thing number in your number?
457.
Come again.
547.
I mean, you not said the money.
547 and last number. Yeah,
Okay.
you know it is.
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. It's correct. Don't put your phone
Yeah.
number. Don't put your phone number. Okay, Basi, we want to say congratulations to you. You just won for yourself 10,000 LD.
Yeah, I was thinking to me, the woman had that one having my name.
No, but you need to be familiar with the code of the process you follow to play.
I understand.
Yeah, so that's it. So congratulations. Very shortly you receive your money. And when you receive your money, please call this number to confirm.
I'll do that.
Okay, so that's it. We will call. I think we'll go into our discussion. We'll call another set of winners. Yeah, while I'm joining. But here is what we need you all to know first. Listen to these recordings very, very clearly and see where we come from. Listen to these recordings very clearly and see where we come from. This one is
Not fighting us. You will not frighten the people of Liberia from expressing themselves. I dare you. I defy you. The foolishness has to stop. You think you can intimidate?
Now, folks, this is the voice of former Information Minister under Joe Baka's government, Louis Brown, of the ANC. So just listen to him.
Everybody in this country? No, you can't. And you will not. On December 17th, the people of this republic will stand up. The people all across Costa Rica will stand up. Those who are tired will speak. Because when we deny people the right to speak, then we invite them to destroy our democracy. We will not destroy our democracy. Some of you didn't pay one shed of blood, one tear you didn't drop for this democracy that you are playing with.
So let's stop the man right there. Let's hear the legal advisor to the president. To do a reflective analysis of where we've come from, what we have to do. This is Bujuben Keita rendering his legal opinion on a case involving two private citizens, Julie Eni and one man called Prophet. This
is the point. Filed a case on behalf of the government of Liberia against Prophet and charged him criminally because he made certain statement on the podcast that any felt were insulting to her. It's only a foreign on the other. So they charged him criminally for speech that he made. The part that I played in it was I called the city solicitor and I asked him, is it true that you have arrested committee on behalf of the government of Liberia and charged him criminally?
This is a legal advisor calling to the president, sitting in the executive mansion, calling, confirming that he took his phone. The part that he played in two private citizen case was to have taken his phone and calling the city solicitor and questioning him for filing a lawsuit on behalf of the state. This is the legal advisor to the president.
Yes, I said on that basis, he said on the basis of a complaint.
He questioning the man's action. Right? Let's see.
Found that this lady who said that she was criminally insulted in his podcast. Then I asked, Are you aware of the lady who said that she was criminally insulted in his podcast? Then I asked, are you aware of the Table Mountain Declaration that Liberia signed, where Liberia decriminalized the criminalized issue? And are you also aware of the 2019 Camara A. Camara I, where we repealed all the penal code sections that has to do with criminal speech? So when I learned that counselor was straight to me, I said, okay, go and look at it. And if you see that speech of the kind that Prophet King made has been decriminalized, some people cannot be arrested for it.
Speech of the kind that Prophet King made have been decriminalized.
Then your best course of action will be.
Listen.
If you see that speech of the kind that Prophet King made has been decriminalized, some people cannot be arrested for it.
That people cannot be arrested for it.
And your best course of action will be to drop the case.
Then your best course of action will be to drop the case. The legal advisor to the president, Joe Barker. You stop it right there. Now, this is Joe Barker on the rule of law and corruption.
Western countries are not the international community. That era is
Let me.
About it. He wants to fix the roads. Big day for me. Big day for the podcast. I've been having a chat with President. So, a pop quiz. He is not from one of Africa's political dynasties and came from a poor background.
My mother was handicapped and we were 5 boys. I never had a normal childhood life, but it's paying up because I'm sure God was preparing me for a reason.
He came to power at the beginning of this year on the campaign ticket of ridding his country's government of corruption. So presumably any ministers or public servants found to be corrupt will be fired.
Immediately.
Abu, let me do my job for the people 10,000. You proceed.
Yeah, and this is the reason why these reflective movements in the work we do are very, very important and significant to bring our people up to speed or on path with exactly what we are. We all have to be on the same page. So sometimes when you're listening to, you're following us, and that's what I like the way AB put this square, that this is teaching. And so we bring you the education, but there are times where you get lost, and then you're like, oh, what the manager, oh, the government, yeah, coming, the government corrupt, the government, the government dying, blah, blah, blah. So then we go back in history. So you see, the president was clear. One guy was clear that you get what fire immediately when or any official, minister accused of corruption, Barker said you get fired immediately. So when we just opposed Barker's campaign commitment, even after his election as president, things he said on public and international media that he's not for, what he promised he was coming with, versus what is happening under his watch, and the things that are going on that are being reported, with Barker remaining tight-lipped. Where do we categorize Mr. Barker? Mr. Barker has become the chief accomplice, the chief architect of corruption in the country. Mr. Barker approves every shady deal that goes on since he became president. Mr. Barker has ignored his promises to fighting corruption. Mr. Barker is the kingpin in all of these corruption scandals and everything you hear around, because in the end, in the final analysis, Mr. Barker provides shields for his officials, beginning with Miata family. The corruption in Mr. Barker's government started from his inauguration. The process that saw Mr. Barker inaugurated as president of the country was corrupted. What action did Mr. Barker take? Mr. Barker bestowed flowers. He rewarded the woman with a post, congratulating her and calling her, a giant. So where does that leave Mr. Barker? Mr. Barker is is the biggest facilitator of corruption since he became president. Fast forward. Stay around the inauguration. His party chairman, hands were caught in the web. We move from there. Mr. Baka ruled and worked minister, accused of deliberately refusing to follow all of the laid down financial procedures in awarding contracts and blah 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 in the $22.4 million case. Mr. Baka heard us talk about it. A minister went to the legislature and admitted wrongdoing. Mr. Baka did not take any action, even though Mr. Baka promised that you will be fired immediately. Mr. Baka ain't stopped there. Mr. Baka or minister or a managing director, national LPRC, Labrador Petroleum Refinery Company, accused of also entering into a process of awarding or taking loan without any due diligence. Go there, ask for pardon, the legislature pardons him. Mr. Baka is also hearing that. The reason why people elect to bend the rules is because they want to steal. So whenever somebody admits to bending the rule and offer apology, the best you can do is to dismiss them and subject them to investigation. That's what responsible countries will do. But folks, there are few things in corruption you have to understand. There are many ways people indulge into corruption, and it is safe to call you corrupt. You are corrupt if you indulge into an act of malfeasance. And that is simple, right? By definition, wrongdoing, especially by a public official, when this thing is established to be a wrongdoing and you did it as a public official, that corruption. Guinea is not supposed to be there, but the promise Baka made to us. Guinea is supposed to be out of that ministry because he admitted that he did wrong and what he did was not proper and was not in accordance with the law. That's malfeasance. The LPRC men admitted that, oh yes, the legislature had to pardon him. That may not supposed to be there, that corruption. So folks, when we say the people are corrupt, these are the issues. These are the issues, right? Mieta formula, all of them, corruption. Mr. Baka clapped for them. Mr. Baka took more, how you call it, Amos Square and carried him to Nigeria after he had just admitted to wrongdoing in the Loon saga. Mr. Baka called Amos Square and clapped for him and took him to Nigeria. We don't know why Mr. Baka decided to give the man, a red carpet after this man admitted to wrongdoing. Misfeasance is the act of engaging in an action or duty by failing to perform the duty correctly. Securing loans, taking money on behalf of the government, committing the government to contracts without doing it correctly is equal to misfeasance, and that is corruption, an act of corruption, folks. Mr. Baka is a corrupt man. And you all want to, interpose objection when these things are said because you think you have some soft spot for Baka. But Baka is stealing from the country on an industrial scale. All his lieutenants are stealing everywhere. Fast forward, non-feasance. When all that thing finish happening now, this is Baka real guilt or what you can hold him for. Failure to perform an act that is required by law. The law says there are penalties attached to people not respecting the code of conduct, people not respecting the PFM law, and all of that. So the law says when people violate the code of conduct, for example, when people violate the PFM law, when people violate other financial requirements, the Constitution, for example, right? You are supposed to take action in accordance with the law. If you fail to do that, that is equal to non-feasance in public service and you are corrupt. So you see, when we do an introspective reflection on Mr. Bwaka's before president and Mr. Bwaka now as president, you realize that the greatest and the biggest description for who Mr. Bwaka is and what he has brought to public service is dishonesty, cheating, lies, stealing, corruption, and of course cheating corrupt people. Mr. Bwaka has lied. I know the attempt by the Ministry of Public Works to sponsor a few people sending in the southeast to go. And when you go, you see road face. As part of your investigation, you should go further to establish when and how the road was paved or that road was maintained. Who are those involved? They carry you under the class, say, just go to the southeast, you go see all the road. You go there and say, yeah, wow, so motorcyclists are moving the road, the modern there again. So that means Bwaka kept his promise. This is absolute nonsense. You don't do things like that. And that is the reason why independent journalist verification or investigative, stuff must be sponsored by the institution or institutions of repetition. But when politicians are financed, supporting and sponsoring these kinds of things, what do you think the outcomes will be? And the people are there, or the people who are facing it, they are calling, they're telling you, say, we are stuck here, we are stuck there. But somebody go. In fact, they will decide the side you're going. There are many roads to enter in the southeast. Somebody will carry you on the road, someone a concession, finish putting a machine over, say, oh, brother, live up to something. No car will get stuck. No car will get stuck. Besides, Bwaka promised that in the first 100 days he failed. So you cannot cover up Bwaka failure. Right? We know, of course, as time goes by, the ministry and the budget pass. Every year, the money in the budget for these things. So it is no plus for Mr. Bwaka. Of course. For us, we are not surprised because we said these things. We interact and interview people who know Mr. Bwaka from way back and told us that this old man is a dishonest, insincere old man. And of course, a man who will bring nothing to this country but stealing. And this is exactly what you're seeing. Well, whether you agree, and the man say, the man making request, tell you say, oh, go out here for a period undefined. But you define it by yourself, you say that 4 months you'll be there. And you're requesting 500,000. And this man is requesting 500,000 from the people to be active as officer in charge. Let's say you need 500,000 emergency budget. And now public corruption happening all. So for me, I don't know. Nothing can exonerate Mr. Bwaka from all of the corruption that's happening for the fact that Mr. Bwaka has ignored taking action on everything that's happening in the country. He has ignored taking action on Gregory Common, asking Gregory Common, how did we secure the police tagging book that they said they were carrying, how many each of the communities say we're going to be across Monserrado. How far we are now? This is the 7th month of the year. Very common. We've not seen it beyond the perimeters of Tottenham Boulevard. We've not seen the police charging booth beyond that point. But yet still, how these monies were raised, who's paying this money, where they're coming from, and all that. You see, but some of you will not feel it directly. But you know how you feel the corruption? When you go to the hospital and the nurse tells you that there is no paracetamol. That is because President Common has refused to follow the law, and then you put booths in the street center and say at development. And you sit there and say, oh, you clap for it. Mamaka Belete refused to follow the law. Mamaka Belete and Sylvester Grisby, they bring yellow machine. You do not understand how they are brought to the country. You stand along the roadside, you clap for it, you say 1 hour room to be fixed. You know how it comes into the country, that corruption. Okay, so in essence, you're agreeing that, oh yeah, you'll be corrupt. You just do corruption. Lastly, let me tell you, illicit financial transaction hurts the country and the people more than the gain. For example, if somebody is bringing 285 pieces of yellow machine through illicit means, right, illegal means, for you, you think you are gaining, but in actual sense, that is less than 10%. That is less than 10% of what the engineers behind that illicit transaction will be benefiting. But in most cases, it's almost like this concession company. They come to your area. They're exploiting billions, but they're giving you peanuts. That is the reason why it is important for any society to push for transparency and openness. Because when it is transparent, when I know how much you are getting and how much you are giving, then I can do, be able to match it up and do the ratio. What we are getting as a country versus what they are coming to take out of our country because of that 285 pieces of yellow machine. Do you have an idea? Do you have an idea on the negotiation, the discussion, the conversation? Nothing is free. 285 pieces of yellow machine, it is apparent that this country will keep paying that debt for the next 50 to 60 years. You know how much we'll be losing as a country, and you get along the road, you climb. You say, oh, one yellow machine. You're suffering the country. Somebody else ought to be in the country. You're the one responsible for wildlife as well with where she is. I think that's what I think. But Baka is a very corrupt old man, and that's all we can say. And
Someone's found to be corrupt will be fired
immediately, and there's no if and end about it.
He wants to fix the roads, and in his spare time, he likes music and watching Arsenal. So which president am I talking about? It's President Joseph Boakai of Liberia, formerly the vice president under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and way back in the 1980s, he started his political career as the country's agriculture minister. He's lived through 2 brutal civil wars which killed hundreds of thousands of people. So lots of lived experience, but is he really the right person for the job when the population is so young? And can he make the changes he's promising to improve the lives of Liberia's population of 5 million people? I'm Alan Kasuja, and this is Africa Daily. So we've been talking to the president's people for nearly 5 months about this interview, ever since he was elected. I guess we can forgive him for being too busy at the start of his term in office. But last week, we got the call to say he could speak to us in 2 days' time. So I gathered my notes, turned the doorbell off. It tends to ring while I'm doing important interviews. And our reporter in Monrovia headed to the executive mansion where he was to record the president's answers. And here is our chat. Mr. President, thank you very much for your time. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, and thanks for having me.
So what's a typical day like for the president of Liberia? What would you tip?
Now, folks, all of you need to sit down quietly and listen to this old gate. GRT, this old gate. All of you need to sit down quietly and listen to this terribly old gate to hear what he's about to say about his black and corruption and all of that. Listen to me.
Quickly be doing, sir.
At this time, very busy because everybody wants to see you. Everybody thinks this is an opportunity for employment, to work for government. And so you start.
I want everybody to understand the word. I'm still listening to
from your house to the office, everybody's engaging you, but they will settle down.
Right. Mr. President, let's just go back to your village. You grew up in Wasonga in the north of Liberia. I wonder, now that you've had a chance to live this full life, how has Liberia changed? What was your childhood like?
My mother was handicapped and had no father around. We were 5 boys, but for some reason, my mother thought I should go to school, working every aspect of my life from elementary to high school to college to the present. So I never had a normal childhood life, but it's paying up because I'm sure God was preparing me for a reason.
And when you reflect on what you wanted to become in those very difficult circumstances, what was your ambition? Did you ever imagine that you'd be president of Liberia?
Not even near that. I never thought about even being a minister or anything. I just wanted to go to school, to get education, to help my mom, and to live a normal life. My ambition wasn't presidency or anything else, but to live a normal life.
Right. And I also know that you went to the prestigious College of West Africa, the capital, Monrovia. And from what I've read, you worked as a school janitor at night, cleaning toilets, and you studied during the...
So the last story you tell people they go went to school here, they get different narrative about the whole cleaning toileting and all of that.
day. What memories do you have of that time?
That was a little bit of icing on the cake because I actually tapped rubber. I walked from Foya to Bummy Hills, then turned my back. Now I walk from Foya to Firestone. I tap rubber.
But then I won't walk. The people when they do that walk, but they walking still here.
No, but the man I change the direction. He's not passing through.
I work as janitor. I served as bachelor's while I was in elementary school. I've done everything to make a living.
What was the toughest job you did? Tapping rubber sounds like it.
And one of the experience I had was they have a way of carrying the rubber on their shoulders. I wasn't used to that. I put a bucket in my head and I fell and the latex wasted on me. And the total amount of pay me was just enough to buy 2 pairs of shirt trousers.
So the last story.
And I paid my way to Monrovia. But that was all. It was enough at the time.
And as you grew up, what other jobs did you hold, apart from when you were qualified after you'd been educated?
I did dormitories. I was on a partial scholarship. I became head of the boys.
Bishop.
If and about it.
He wants to fix the roads.
I never had a normal childhood life, but it's paying up because I'm sure God was preparing me for a reason.
He came to power at the beginning of this year on the campaign ticket of ridding his country's government of corruption. So presumably any ministers or public servants found to be corrupt will be fired.
Any minister or public servant found to be corrupt will be fired.
Immediately.
Now, let me begin by saying, I'll continue in fact because I know I started already. Let me continue by saying this. Okay. Hello? That we are the preset over? Oh, okay. Congratulations. Okay, so yesterday we had a group conversation on one university campus. And 2 of our instructors were on separate sides. One is a unity party person, one is an ANC person, or a Kumis man. But I think in the run-up, he supported Waka. So he said something. He said, every time I sit and see young people engage into the intellectual discourse about governance and politics and all of that, he said it brings smile and joy to me, especially the passion, the energy, the sense, and everything that they bring to the discussion. And the bravery to even engage their adults, their elders. I said, why? He said, because during our days, we do not even have the space to go in the gallery with people who were older than us to even have conversation. Today, you guys are blessed, but you guys are misusing the space that you guys have. I said, how? He said, some of you do not read between the lines. You was clear. He said, some of you young people, you do not read between the lines. The things, the perspective from whence we see politics is prehistoric compared to all of you young people. The books you guys are reading, the curriculum you're dealing with now, they have all been upgraded, so you are supposed to be more current, and even providing direction for some of us who've been around for long, only used to the old ways of doing things. And I said, oh, you know, all the one that supported Joseph Boakai to be president of our country. He did Joseph Boakai reading new book or current books. Then he laughed and he said, hey, see, I'm talking. That's exactly what I'm saying. But the lens that we use to support Joe Boakai was not the lens that you use to support Joe, we are other people. So that's exactly what. So why am I? You see, I always meant from you, who we, supported, promoted, now he began activate and say, he's seeking, he saw a salon in some country or what have you. And there are many of them out there. When we decided to get involved, we didn't see Abu from Depley, Austin, or Abu from UL, Austin from AMU, and we're not supposed to coexist. No. We saw a common goal. That common goal was to preserve the future for us, for ourselves. Because we realized that the old people, to some extent, did not do well for our country. Or most of them. And what did we say? We say it was the early introduction called the generational, any of Larry problem, generational change. And almost all of us got so addicted and connected to this generational change theory that we're preferring young people into leadership, into governance. And the only reason, the primary reason why most of us prefer young people into governance was because we felt that the old people were doing it the old way. And it was not helping our country. It was not enhancing growth. So let's try the younger generation. That's why we celebrated people like Kapanen when they were joining the government by early. And if this goes on, all the young people who were joining the government, we celebrated them. Because we saw them as a representation of us. What did they take to government? People celebrated them. Larry Proven came here as young as I think 37, they were made information minister, and people celebrated them. The very guys who are activists today and insulting younger leaders. Only because they think coming from the village where they did not have access to quality education, they came to Morovia. Morovia provided opportunity for them. Some of the very people provided were able to drain them through the corridor, and we all were able to find some form of quality education in all of you. Some got opportunity and went out of the country. Today they are even westernized. So they are looking down on those who are still in Liberia to be less intellectual, less educated, less academic than them. The travesty of the promotion we're giving to each other. Fast forward, Joe Boakai was presented in 2017. Again, we were divided over Boakai becoming a better president. In 2017, if you manage six with Boakai age, Boakai was even more younger in 2017. Boakai around 60, Boakai around 72 or 73 around in 2017. And the argument then was, including my very friend Marvin Yamblu, who sits at the Ministry of Information today. The argument then was, hey, we believe that this man does not have the capacity to really lead this country, govern this country. We need a young, energetic person who will be able to, who will be in touch, and who will be on the alert to know what's happening around him or her to lead this country. So the conversation was divided. It wasn't that Boakai can be. And the argument that Boakai cannot be because of his age, that argument won. And George Weah became president in 2017 over Joe Boakai. Fast forward to 2023, Boakai surfaced again. He said he wants to be president. And many people say this man was too old to lead us in 2017, why should I feel comfortable supporting a 78-year-old man to be president then, who's now 79-year-old in 2018, I think October? Why should I support him to be president if he was too old then to lead? George Weah was the worst president Liberia has ever had. Let's accept that argument. But how many presidential candidates did we have? If George Weah was the most uneducated president Liberia ever had, if George Weah was the worst president Liberia, meaning this one performed, then we have options in 2023. The man was too old in 2017, meaning 2023, he was too over the old. George Weah didn't know both. George Weah was uneducated. George Weah didn't understand what was happening around him. If he would take two of them and throw them away. I mean, the two of them were not the best options for all of us in the country. But the intellectual reasoning of those who were intellectual last in the conversation. Again, the voters went for two presidents, the two of them. The two people that the intellectual class was very critical about were the two people that the ordinary masses, that the masses of our people were going after. Then we were caught in the situation to make a choice between good and evil, or the lesser evil. Between two evils, right? The lesser evil. A man who will sleep all day and they will have to bathe him and put paper on him and hold him and tow him to put him in a car, and they will take the phone, they will take the phones and the radio from all the EPS officers that will be in a yard to put him in a car, versus a man who will train for 4, 5 to 6 hours a day and be in touch with the ordinary people and ignore the elite class. That's the situation we're caught in. A man who will dismiss on the spot his close friend from housing authority because he was accused, not only guilty, accused of corruption. A man who will say, "Look, see that Tommy Brown, I heard that my brothers were giving contract by you at MPA. And if it is true, I want those contracts terminated now." And see that Brown had to terminate those 3 contracts who were from individuals who were very weird. A man will say, "Hey, my son, at the passport department, you are accused of corruption. You can't work in my government, you are dismissed. And I'm turning you over to the NSA for investigation." And we can go on and on and on to need. What happened today? A president who will go public and threaten to blow a minister of finance or to fire a minister of finance if civil servant pay were not resolved. He said that on the record. Were there excesses of the Weah government? Yes. So we did, at the end of the day, we all went to the ballot box and selected an old sleeping gate over an energetic president. They promised all of the good things. They said that this miserable old gate of a president called Joe Baka would have fought corruption if elected president. They said he wouldn't have been corrupt if elected president. They said he would not have stolen our money if elected president. They said he was never going to violate our laws if elected president. They said he was never going to accept bribe if elected president. What do we have today before us that we are confronted with? They said he was going to clean the street. Montreal was going to be clean, green in 100 days. They said they were going to recondition our roads, everything in 100 days. The arrest agenda. This man said he was going to ensure that agriculture was going to get expanded under his regime, and it was going to be factored in his 100 days. In 100 days, 0.2% of our budget is allotted to the Ministry of Agriculture. That shows less interest by Joe Baka in the agriculture sector. In less than 70 days, his legal advisor is calling a city solicitor interfering in the judiciary. Nothing has been done. The rule of law is being undermined in his face. Before even becoming elected, this old man, Minister of State, was writing NASCAR, soliciting money to buy cars, expensive luxurious vehicles for him to ride. Before even becoming inaugurated as president. Before becoming inaugurated as president, this miserable old gate. What did he do? He upgraded his home, worth over $500,000. Upgraded his home in rehab. That home that was in ruin, in destitution, filth. who are living on loan to eat a day, wearing BB clothes, who not even afford quality clothes to wear, who not even afford $100 shoes to wear. This miserable old gate was able to upgrade his home. Not just that he upgraded his home, he started buying expensive clothes, riding luxurious cars, bulletproof cars, when he was even before even becoming inaugurated. Not only that, what did he do? This old gate did not even stop there. He went and procured a house worth over $1.2 million for his stepson, Amin Modan. This old gate promised to declare his asset before taking office. He did not declare his asset, he took office. With him and beat the board, what did he do? He declared his asset after 2 weeks. This same man promised to publish his asset. He published his asset and lied about his asset, his salary. We have to come back and checkmate and say, no, Mr. President, you have to stop lying to us. This is not just your gross salary. And they went back sticky to withdraw the asset declaration form and to correct it. They were not correcting it. They were putting the real one there because we established the real one. We put the false one there. And pretending like they were making mistake, it was an error. The hell, a president who has cabinet members to sit down and make mistake with his asset declaration form, and especially his salary. A man that doesn't know his salary, you want us to believe he didn't make mistake anywhere, every typo error was spelling his name or stuff. But that he got salary, they made mistakes with. This is the man we're talking about. That's what we have today as a country. And on we go. This same old man has a minister of public works that is comfortably seated after wasting, mismanaging, misapplying, and stealing $20.4 million outside of our PPCC laws, outside of our PFM law. Today, this man is still public works minister, and he set his own miserable self on BBC and telling people how he will dismiss them with immediate effect if they are caught in corruption. But this man went to the Senate and told the Senate that he violated the laws. Where is he today? He's still finance minister and he's still public works minister. He's still public works minister. Your legal advisor is still in your office after interfering with the judiciary, taking telephone, calling a solicitor general and a senior solicitor and questioning him, his action. That is interference. This man is still legally advising him. I don't know what kind of legal advice they're giving him with all of these violations. Joe Baga did not stop there. Today we have the yellow machine debacle. A man who spent in, you listen to the intro, Joseph Baga came to politics according to him in the 80s, 1980 when he became agriculture minister. From 1980 to 2010, that's about 32, from 1980 to 2010 and then 2017, that's 32 years. So by 2017, Baga has spent 32 years in public service. By 2017. So he was 32 years old in public service or as a public servant when he was contesting to be president in 2017. From 2017 to 2023 makes Baga 43 years in public service. In 2023, he was 43 years old for 4 years in public service. And the conversation was that he has experience, he has wealth of experience with this making the power. Where's the experience applied in the procurement of yellow machines? So for a man with 42 years in public service to allow his minister of state without portfolio to go into another country, enter into a shady deals to procure equipment, yellow machines and trucks and all of that for our country to help recondition our roads without the involvement of the Minister of Public Works, without the involvement of the Minister of Finance, without the involvement of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. What experience is that man? What wisdom is he? What does he bring to the table? Not only that, but even in the midst, in the face of the criticisms, that we were able to muster the courage and the bravery to critique and criticize Joe Baga's action. that the process or the procedure that he decided to take to bring in these machines were wrong and were all in violation of our laws, Baka still remained adamant, arrogant, and very, very corrupt and foolish, and decided to continue with the engagement, the conversation. And they brought these machines in the country. And we are where we are today. But this man had all the experience. What are we saying here? He's intentionally violating the law, or he does not have experience. No, a man that been in public service from 1980 to 2024, I can never doubt his experience in public service. What I will doubt is his knowledge, his respect for people, for dignity, his respect for the rule of law, his respect for good governance. That's what I would doubt. Baka is a reckless and careless gate. That's why he does not respect the rule of law. That's why he does not respect the governance process. That's why he does not have any taste for good governance. Because he has been a reckless gate. So he does not have respect for good governance. If Baka was a serious old man who has respect for good governance, these machines would not have entered the country. But when you take, and no, age does not mean you are responsible or mature. They get old people that are irresponsible, immature, and reckless. Joe Baka is the president for the old and reckless and irresponsible people in the country. He's the president for them. He's the president for Liberia. And to be irresponsible, reckless, and careless to that extent, it means he's the president for all the old, reckless, and careless people in this country. That was reckless. The laws were violated. What do? Get on your own knees and start to negotiate behind the scenes before the machines come. To sit down and say, I will choose to be reckless as I've always been. These machines will come here. I will defy the Constitution. I will disrespect the PPCC law. I will violate the PLM law. And these machines will come here and will use this machine. It's an insult and an affront to all and a challenge to the people. And that's as long as Joe Baka chose to be rude and disrespectful to us, the people who gave him power, we too will be rude and disrespectful to him. And we will not honor will not honor any instruction from him. We will not support any agenda of his. And let's say this to you. These yellow machines, just washing the grass up Capitol Hill. Beginning tomorrow, you start to see something else. These yellow machines will not be used in this country. They will sit down and that grass will eat them. They see what grass eating Joe Baka, small mud in Wasonga, that see what grass will eat those machines. They will just bring the two you keep it here. You tell people you don't share the banana. They tell the two that here already behind. You take it, you give it from Maka Benedict, they'll go open a construction company. It's be waiting the public works and other construction companies there and be doing roads and things. They'll give it to all big construction companies. But these machines will not be used. We are approaching the time after tomorrow. We'll begin our rally. That there will be get ready to order more ammunitions. Because even the US government will not be able to stop the people. We will begin calling on the people to be on the alert. That no yellow machines will leave that people to come to Morovia after tomorrow's hearing by Mamaka Benedict and the rest of them. It's good that the minister of defense now is now a politician now. It's good that the military now is a partisan military. It's good. That's what we wanted. We wanted to reach a point where the military will be a section of the Unity Party. That's the point we were waiting for. At least we were able to push them into taking side. Now they're all wearing party t-shirts. So our army now is no longer an army for good. It's a section of the politics, the political class in the country. So after tomorrow, it's good that all the UP people that are in the military, it's good that they got guns. Don't get ready to discharge, move with a laugh with us because we will block, we prevent, and stop the exit of yellow machine, any yellow machine that belong to the Mamaka Benedict Sako from now people after their appearance tomorrow. We begin our rally. We will stop it. We trusted the legislators. We thought they were going to use their oversight to ensure that these machines do not come to the country. The fact that they could not use their oversight to ensure that these machines do not come to the country, and we give them the power to go to the legislature, we're going to take some of our powers back from them and exercise our power ourselves. So we take the power from them, we exercise the power ourselves. We give it to them. So we take it to them and exercise it. Now, machines will not be the and the decision they're going to make tomorrow, that decision must be our decision. It must be our decision. That the machines will be rejected, no monies will be appropriated to fund that machine purchase, to fund the operations, whether it's buying fuel or hiring the heavy-duty drivers or mechanics or whatsoever to service the operative, to service them in this country through our budget. If you are added to the budget, we will know. It will not be used. And we have to be clear on this particular issue. Enough is enough. To our American folks, our European friends, let's be clear. Every day we talk here, we will call your inside. You guys are sitting and you've seen our laws. You see what's happening in the US. You guys, your laws are being tested at the level of a sitting president and a former president. Two biggest ruling parties, political parties and political classes in the country. They are testing, engaging, using the law. They're testing the strength, the independence, the transparency of your laws in America. We are here, our laws are being violated by the president. And you all say you do not want to say anything about that. Or you want the laws to be violated before you talk? Okay, Gideon's violated the PPCC law, he violated the PFN law. That's economic sabotage. That's corruption. Gideon is not supposed to be public works minister. Gideon is supposed to be a number one man already sanctioned by now. You have one laws called Global Magnitsky Act, and you sit down on it, and you sit it down on it, and you do not want to apply it. Our laws violated $20.4 million unaccounted for. That's the meeting that can help me. At least if you were accounting for the money, it makes sense. But they make it not even account for the money. They make it not even tell you how he spent the money, where he spent the money, when he spent the money, who he spent the money on. And all of you are sitting up Benson Street and enjoying yourselves. Do you all think we're stupid? You have your interest here. American companies, investments are here. British investments are here. Oh, you want us to go that route? This is our second time this week calling on you, the Americans, to act, to talk. We do not want it. We are not interested in your silence anymore. We are not interested in your silence. We do not want you to be silent. We want you to talk. Your silence is hurting us. Your silence is injuring us. Your silence is destroying us. Your silence is damaging the fabric of our society. Only because you're silent. The only option we have besides talking is to go physical or go violent. And we do not want to go physical. We do not want to go violent. That's why we are calling on you to talk. When you talk, you will listen. You, the Americans, when you talk, you will listen. If you talk now, Joe Biden will checkmate himself. If you talk, just a statement from you, the place Joe Biden in his place. Just a statement for you, the place you are giving them in the places. But you're not talking. Since Biden became president, he did not issue one press release condemning a particular action. But too many things are happening here. People have been killed. Secret killings on the increase. Junk is eating up the society of the fabric of the young people. And you are sitting, you're not talking anything. We are angry. It is injuring us. And we're being provoked to operate outside the law because Joe Biden is operating outside the law. We will not sit down and see a president who has outlived his usefulness. He has nothing, no future. This man has no future. He has only lived his future. He's turning 80 years old. Few months from now. And you all want us to sit down and see Joe Biden damage our future? No, we'll not do that. Before Biden damages our future, something about him will be damaged. If you Americans do not act, if you do not intervene, if you do not speak, the people they didn't send you here to be silent. No, They're sitting here to help guard and protect and strengthen our democracy and sustain our peace. Things that threaten the peace and undermine our peace, you are supposed to talk. That's how people get checkmated. That's how governments get checkmated. The fact that we recognize you as a big brother to us, you must play a big brother role. If you refuse to play a big brother role, you are pushing us into internal conflict. That's what you're doing because you refuse to play a leadership role, a big brother role. It means let the children fight among ourselves. If we start fighting among ourselves, we will not accept a space or an invitation on your table to dialogue. We will not accept an invitation on your table to dialogue if you refuse to speak. That's how much I can say to all of you, our good friends, the Americans. We're clear about this. And every war author here, we are sincere about it, about them. We are very, very sincere about them. We are not missing our wars. We're clear. And every day we remind. ECOWAS, I just sitting waiting, looking at you. You'll be sitting there, Joe Baga be telling you who should be your resident representative in freedom. I say to say that he fire get freedom. And you won't be, they say you're a freedom man. You won't be freedom man. Be our position, go freedom, you go there and make a decision. The person resident representative here. Why you not tell and say who want the person? The job you are telling us, I want to money or the same one. What do you get? They say, man, Master, go be, go be resident representative in Sierra Leone for ECOWAS. But they not complain. The people in freedom, they're not complaining. Then one man sit down in Moravia and say, no, ECOWAS, I don't want them to sit down to work in freedom. Just like if you were sitting in Master Kima and say, at least, they say, you consult me first. But why should the people consult this old man before appointing somebody in a friend Malabio country? Malabio not complaining, that you complain. But that got to do with why, no, man, don't go pursuing Abu War today. But that got to do with why go pursuing Abu or Gambisu. That, I'll tell you, what kind of soup go? Abu complain about Gambisu. They are complaining about palm bottom. So what did Abu get to do with whether palm bottom in my house? I don't get it. Hey, these are the interference, but again, when you see the main legal advisor interfering with the justice system, the judiciary, I mean, it tells you that they still not themselves for themselves. So he able to take phone and call somebody and say, don't appoint a person in Sierra Leone. But look, we pray for long life every day. That all we need, we just want a long life. So, but when you say we will not rest, I mean, when you say we will not rest, he too will not rest.
But God does not have a very good intention for the country. That's why he wants. He wants puppets in all of the areas so that they will keep singing praises. He do not want critical minds in areas where their opinions will be very objective and fair, which will reflect the stealings and the corruptions and the bad governance that will be going on under Bwaka's watch. So for Bwaka, the way to shield his ineptitudes and incompetence is to have, a puppet, quote unquote, to Bwaka fanatics all over that he can lay his hands on, which is not possible. It's not attainable. So yes, a lot have been said, and that's enough.
So pleasant.
And that is enough to beat sense in the heads of the rational. We hope Mr. Bwaka has listened. Mr. Bwaka, yes, up to now that we are speaking, you still enjoy the fact that you're the president. But these things will continue to pile up. We know it will reach a point where the people will respond and they will demand adequate leadership from you, just as we are seeing in Kenya. We know one morning we'll wake up, we'll get to a point where the people will wake up and ask you for adequate leadership. And when they find you incapable of providing it, they will demand you to leave the presidency. And at that point, you get no option, you have to leave. Right now, you feel you have all of the power. So your leadership, but we are convinced, we're very convicted that there will be a day we'll wake up and the Liberian consciousness will increase and the masses will demand leadership from their president. And when the president is found incapable of providing the requisite leadership to dealing with the people's concern, they will ask you to leave, Mr. President. And at that point, you will not be able to violate our constitution anymore, or you just have to leave. So I don't know. I think we can speak to the folks out there. It's already 9:59. Let's see if we can pick some calls and then hear what your thoughts are on the different issues.
Yeah, sure.
Are already
We can.
ringing.
Yeah, sure. We can take some calls. 07. But let's talk to maybe two more of our winners, two of our winners, and then on our giveaway, and then we can go to speak with other some of you on the regular numbers 0776. Okay, let me talk to this person. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, hey, tell me nothing more. Hello. Good morning. What's your name? My name is Austin Kawa. I'm calling you from Freedom FM. Please spell your name for Please spell your name for me.
Gaylor.
Uh, say again.
Capital Gaylor.
Your last name.
SUMO.
How many times you play our jackpot this morning?
I play one. That is part of the Freedom FM. Proper radio.
Okay, how many times you played this morning on Freedom FM?
One.
One time.
Yes,
What your last name number?
my last number.
Yeah.
Star.
Yeah, number I'm talking to you.
Yeah, 41545.
I see your last name, your last four.
For my last name.
Your last three numbers.
Yeah. My last number is 41545.
That three on there?
Yeah, 545.
Okay, but you want to tell us how you play?
Yes.
Maybe fast and won't go all up on the line.
Yeah.
What kind of call you down to play? Tell us how you play.
Okay. I hear the money you say we should start 7 stars, 7 nana star 14 and high. Send it.
I mean, to the time, I mean, I say star 7 and a half.
Star 7 nana star.
Okay, give us more. We'll call you this morning to tell you congratulations. You have won for yourself $10,000.
Wow, thank you very much.
So we're about to send your money to your phone, and when you receive the message, call this number back.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. I just wait a minute. It's just easy. All right. That's how you play. So let's go and talk to this other lucky winner from this end on the 080 number. Okay, let's talk to this person. Yeah, the other person is another lucky winner. Okay, this person's phone is ringing. Let's go and see what we can talk to this person. I think this will be the last winner we call you. All the other winner now will say their money to your phone, yeah. And then our customer care will talk to your behind the scenes. Again, send your money to your phone. This person ringing. This person's phone is ringing. So we're about to start taking calls on the laptop number 077. Hello. Hello. My name is Austin Kawa. I'm calling you from Freedom FM. I'll call the radio up now. Yeah, but you're not in your background. What's your name? How you spell your Winifred you? YEEWOO? Oh, you. Winifred, how many times you play our jackpot this morning? Yeah, one time. I said play. How you play? Yeah, you super. Yeah.
I tried number 2 is small 2.
Okay.
And then the rest of my people, I put in my people.
Where do you live?
I live for Middleton.
Allen?
Yeah.
That's Support Bridge.
No, Support all live for
Oh,
Middleton.
Allen. Okay, but Winifred, we just call you to say congratulations. You won for yourself $10,000. And so you are welcome. We are about to send you your money. When you receive the money, call this number back, please, to confirm. Okay, you're welcome. Waiting for there. So we can go to the telephone line now and begin taking calls on the different numbers. Let's talk to this person. Hello, good morning.
Thank you. Morning, morning to you and with the rest of the listeners. My name is Hussein. I'm from Kiev, and I come to Jacob Engagement. Let me say something for the government this morning. But in relation to the issue of the yellow machine, I want to appreciate the government in the past for such a wonderful initiative.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, man. You're supposed to go and call the radio. You're supposed to switch your monitor off. Please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is
Okay, from Lima. Yes, sir.
Yeah. First of all, I want to thank you to all of you for the discussion this morning. But I have a question about where my member will be out there.
Who?
Where Johnson, where he there, when we Johnson.
But you come in Lima, I want to Johnson. The men in Lima? Okay, I can't tell you no what you call. Hello, go ahead. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello?
Morning, go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Mohammed. I'm the resident of District 17, but I'm calling you from the Progressive Environment Intellectual Center to get District 17. American people, they are sitting now watching the political game in abroad, and I'm talking like that. For most American people, they get coming to talk something, or they can be sitting, waiting for something to happen. Then, when the country is stable, they don't talk. When something is happening, they don't talk. But when the country is in conflict, then the time they can be talking, bringing people in the country, bringing all the things to the country. Why the country is conflict, anything else in that country? That's why they do. But we are sitting there watching. That's why we'll go against this government, based on the government who added you. And first for me, I will attend any other talk that will make sure that God will receive and challenging in this country to make sure the government respect the rule of law. Because it's all in the campaign messages. If the previous government was not going by the rule of law, they can't there.
Thank you. Let's talk to somebody else.
Yeah, Thomas, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu, man. Good morning to all.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the fact that this discussion this morning. One thing, Abu, some of us, the recklessness of government propaganda, supported by a bunch of gangster and slavery around you, we are not surprised. You think of slavery and all your political advisors, what do you expect in your office? All that advice are coming from Nigeria.
Now, what am I talking about the slave queen? What do you mean of slave queen?
Oh, I'm getting a mobile piece or food and taking to me all around the country in the parade. Imagine somebody wants to come at it, man.
What are slave queen mean?
Oh, slave queen and do so many things, and slave queen that is one of the attributes.
Oh, okay. Me, I don't know what they call slave queen. I ask you before.
How you manage to know somebody gonna tell you before?
Oh, I see. I want that when Roji tell you Roji, I think on the contesting. What kind of work are they? Roji is going to all that work. You go on your phone, no school, you can't say you want to present. The woman is very surprised, but how Joe Burger is regular, the woman is responsible. The rest of us, this Joe Burger is a definition of food odor. The Joe Burger is the only food that.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thomas, is it what food?
I won't understand what I mentioned. Let's go to the U.S. and speak to this caller. Good morning. Good morning.
see on the SKTV that article would be fast. But the majority of us will be here. So I put out that because if you look at that total deception of the West London, you will more than the price. Seriously, because it was a lesson. I'm not saying I can't believe that international partner, let's say they are watching. They are watching. They are watching because the thing is actually when they got to shape what you got to do, from the public, the BBC is going to power them. I'm not even yet, I'm not even saying if you get a point yet, but the whole life is right. It's a fire.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think we'll take two more and then we call it a day. Let's take two more calls here on the local lines and then hello, good morning. Good morning. Go ahead.
Gentlemen, if they calling a woman worker cannot listen to what they say, the masses of the country on the issue of the equipment, I'm calling upon all Nigerians, those that in favor of this country that is trying to be civil, to change the mass protest, that keep the men like all the king getting his speech. To tell your president what he is going to do and change his mind.
All right. Thank you very much from Lapas. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You're the last caller. Go ahead.
I'm passionate that I'm calling for Pharaoh. The police are doing for our country. That's just the way the people are happy to.
Okay, thank you very much, Reverend Paul. I pray if they can do anything to find their solutions. Folks, that's all the time we have to take calls, and yes, we will stop it right here and say, of course, I think we have to go. There's a funny thing that going around and say that the pastor is prophet to go out and whatever that all will either be.
Across many places.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
In every community. Oh, you can see. So if you see crime and put it, don't tell her in your hand for the right authority. But they can't take care of it. Don't stop by here for us. When you set that to your door, whether you reach or you go. If you see a you not talking, I mean you check. Do it for yourself. If you see a donkey bread, you're about to blow it. Don't stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Don't stop, stopping crime and make a peace for them people. Don't stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Don't stop, keep me unsafe, the stop for all of us. Don't stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Don't stop, stopping crime and make a peace for them people. Don't stop Liberia, from the
So, folks, we'll leave you with a message. This message from our sponsor. And just so we shall be back here tomorrow on a Thursday. And with almost the exciting edition of the show. My name is Austin Kawa. I will share it here. Bye-bye on Advocacy.
In every community, you can see. So if you see crime,